Good afternoon, class. Today I'm going to be talking about unhealthy eating habits, mainly why we should stop eating fast food and why it's so unhealthy for our bodies. Fast food is very unhealthy for our bodies. Fast food restaurants, they do all this fancy advertising and make this food look so good for us to come out and purchase it. And they even run deals. You go by McDonald's today and you might be able to get a box, a family box that may contain 2 fish sandwiches, and 20-piece chicken nugget and 4 drinks, which is enough to feed a family of 4 and be $12. And we think, well, I worked all day, I'm tired. I'll just grab the fastest thing and just go home. And it becomes a habit every day. I know this because being a hairstylist, I changed my eating habits now, but being a hairstylist, that's what I would choose to do. Grab the quickest thing to eat would be the most unhealthiest thing to eat. Fast food is killing us. Number one, the drinks that they have at fast food restaurants, they are very high in high fructose corn syrup, which is the worst sugar that you can put in your body that leads to you being a diabetic and other health issues. Not only just the sugar amount, the acid in the soda is unhealthy for our skin, and the drinks by themselves are just unhealthy. The food, the burgers, the fries, everything is supersized now. It's just too much fat, too much carbohydrates, just everything that's just unhealthy for our bodies, and it's killing us. It's killing us slowly. Eating out fast food restaurants on a daily basis, 3, 4, 5 times a week, is only making you more unhealthier and unhealthier. I recently got, about 2 months ago, a lab report done, which made me want to change my eating habits. I can show it to you right now. My lab report, my LDL cholesterol was okay. My HDL cholesterol was okay, but my triglycerides were too high. The normal amount for triglycerides should be 150. Mine was 165, which means I have too much bad food in my body. I'm eating too many bad things, and especially sugar. And I used to go by McDonald's every day and get a sweet tea. I can admit McDonald's has good sweet tea. But after I got my labs done and looked at this report, it made me realize why I was having so many issues with losing weight. Because it does you no good to exercise and still eat bad. Eating good foods and eating healthy is a lifestyle change. And if you want your body to be healthy, you have to eat good food and eat clean. Fast food restaurants, it's not good for you. And it's okay if you're trying to eat healthy and you eat out here and there. It's okay to have a cheat day. But 3 or 4 or 5 times a week is so unhealthy for your bodies. We go by McDonald's. They put these little things right here in our mailboxes, showing us this big, good old Big Mac. I don't know how many of you like Big Macs, but I used to eat these all the time. But I can say that I'm proud of myself because I haven't eaten one in months, and I don't have a desire to have one. Nowadays, if I go by McDonald's, I get me a salad, which is much healthier for you. You have this Big Mac, 2 pieces of meat on there. That's unhealthy because it's processed food. They give you all these specials. $2 for a 10-piece chicken nugget. $12 McDonald's bundle, as I mentioned before. 20-piece chicken nugget, 2 Big Mac sandwiches, and 4 small fries. A fish fillet sandwich. A frappe, a smoothie. Just all this stuff is just high in carbs, high in sugar, high in fat, unhealthy, and if we keep eating it, we won't be here much longer. Here's a chart that just shows you McDonald's. A McDonald's regular burger, 250 calories. Then this is just a regular burger, 250 calories. Look at the carbs, 31 carbs. That's way too high. Anything that has over 6 carbs, that's too much for one serving. For one sit down and eat it, that's way too much. And you look at it about the drinks, the amount of sugar and stuff in it, and the amount of sodium, 31 grams of sugar. That is too much. And when you have a lot of sugar in your body and your triglyceride count is high, just like mine was, it causes hardening of your arteries. It can cause hardening of your arteries, which is bad, and also leads to things like diabetes and insulin resistance, which is not good, which leads to diabetes. Here's a chart. McDonald's milkshake. McDonald's milkshakes use a ridiculous concoction of 50 chemicals to make one milkshake, just so you can get an imitated flavor, which a lot of drinks that we do drink have a lot of artificial flavor in it. Look at this, insect butter. They call it insect butter because it's approved by the FDA, but an average of 30 insect fragments, including rodent hair per 100 grams, were found in the peanut butter. Coca-Cola, enough sugar to make you vomit. Each can of Coke contains 10 teaspoons of sugar. That is way too much sugar for one person. You would think that much sugar to send anybody into a diabetic coma. The cheese that they use is not real cheese. It's processed cheese. You can buy a cheeseburger from McDonald's. Leave that cheeseburger on your counter 2-3 weeks. It'll never mold. And you know why? Because it's processed food. It's made and meant to last for a long time. And anything that won't mold after 2 or 3 weeks, you know it can't be healthy for you. Here's a picture of a guy. He was healthy right here. Let me get closer so you can see. Healthy right here, but gradually eating bad food. Look how big he got. I'm going to show you a picture of myself. This is me a couple years ago. Much smaller, flat stomach, no back rolls, no back fat, skin nice, pretty, clear, all the above. That dress right there, I can no longer fit in. This is what I look like now. I've gained way much more weight than I did there on that picture. I was 157 pounds. Today, I weigh 200 pounds. I'm happy to say that 2 weeks ago, I was 207 pounds, so I have been able to lose 7 pounds in 2 weeks by eating healthy and staying on a low-carb diet and exercising. Here is a chart that tells you the average daily calorie intake per person in a country. In America, the average daily calorie intake for one person is 3,760 calories. Now, we all know that we need to at least stick to at least a 2,000 calorie diet to make it healthy. Some people try to do 1,200. Anything over 2,000, that's way too much. And we need to take in consideration when we go to these fast food restaurants that we're teaching our kids unhealthy eating habits by going through the drive-thru and getting a Happy Meal. Just because we have gotten too lazy to go home and cook a healthy meal. Here's a chart with the percentage of population that said that they eat fast food at least once a week. 35% of us in the USA say that we eat fast food at least once a week. Again, like I said, the high fructose corn syrup is too much. It's too much in the food. The carbs are too high. It's a better way of eating habits, and we need to quit spending all our money at these fast food restaurants, which is not healthy for our bodies. It's leading to obesity. diabetes, you name it, all of the above. Fast food restaurants, it's doing it to us. It's killing us. Fast food restaurants, they don't want you to cook at home for your family. That's why they make these good deals and do all these advertising. If you look at most of the people in the world today that are overweight and obese, they can sit down and tell you that they eat out a lot. They eat fast food restaurants 3 and 4 or 5 times a week. Some people eat them every day. That's why our kids are out of shape. That's why we are out of shape and we're very unhealthy. There are other ways to prevent from going to fast food restaurants. If you're a mom that you work 9-10 hours a day, try crock pot meals. Cook the night before. Cook enough for you can eat for the day and have leftovers. Don't go to the fast food restaurants because it's only going to lead to more and more unhealthiness and an unhealthy family. There's websites like emeals.com that you can go on and find recipes. Here's one that I found on emeals.com. It's a recipe for slow cooker beef curry, which you can make this in a crock pot, cook it all night. You don't even have to watch it, turn it off in the morning. And then when you get off work, you don't have to ride through McDonald's to get fast food because you have food at home and you can fix enough for 2 days. Here's another one for your kids that like pizzas and stuff. Instead of you going to Pizza Hut, getting them pizzas with all that grease and just butter and fat. Here's one for zucchini and feta cheese bake. And on the picture, it looks like a pizza. And it's something good and tasty that the kids will like, which I found this on emeals.com too. Again, folks, fast food restaurants, they're so unhealthy for us. So unhealthy for us. Most of the people in the world who are diabetic, have high cholesterol, are dealing with their arteries, heart conditions. Eating fast food, all the eating at fast food restaurants can lead up to that. And we need to cut back and start eating healthier and living healthier lifestyles, making better choices. Fast food is not the way to go. The only way you're going to go if you keep eating all this fast food is going to be eating so much of the fast food until you kill yourself. So, class, once again, I would like to encourage every last one of you to take a challenge and see how much fast food you can go without. And your body eventually will get used to not having it and you'll feel better. How many of you have went out and just pigged out on a Whopper from Burger King and fries and drink? It's so good when you're eating and going down. And then 30 minutes later, that food is digested and you feel like crap. That's because it's so unhealthy for our bodies and it takes so long for it to digest. It's just sitting in your intestines, just sitting and sitting and sitting. Some of the food, some of the meat that we eat at fast food restaurants starts rotting in our bodies before it even digests, which is totally disgusting. So this is why we need to make more healthier eating habits and leave the fast food alone.